It's not even how good he is. It's just the fact that I'm alive at the same time as Leo Messi. That's what really blows my mind. He, for me, is the greatest of all time, and no one can argue that with me. The only thing that I guess would make it impossible for anyone to argue would be if he won the World Cup. But he's been to the final. You can't carry a team to the World Cup. So, I don't know, guys. I think Leo goes down as the best player of all time. Welcome to my Champions League review. We will be talking about the Tottenham Ajax result from last night. But first of all, let's talk about what's just happened. And as you can see up there, 3-0 to Barcelona. Is that it? Is it tie over? Well, a lot of people will say yes, but it's not. It's not over until it's over, or at least until it's the 60th minute at Anfield and they haven't scored yet. But it probably is 90% over. There's a slim chance. Crazier things have happened in football, though. We all know that miracles can happen in football, and Liverpool could still make it through if they just have the perfect performance, and if Barcelona don't turn up, and if Lionel Messi breaks his leg over the next week. Otherwise, I don't think it's very likely. And to be fair to Liverpool, they weren't even that bad tonight. I think what we've got here is a classic. The score doesn't represent the game. 3-0 is flattering. I don't think it was a 3-0 worthy result. I think that their performance was good. Don't get me wrong, Barcelona were very good tonight, but I've seen them play better football. I've seen them better in front of goal, better in defence. Unfortunately for Liverpool, they had chances that they just didn't finish. They hit the post. Salah, a Premier League game that goes in. You know it. You absolutely know it. Why not in the Champions League? He's got a little bit unlucky there, maybe a little bit under pressure from the Barcelona defence. But either way, come on. If that goal goes in, you're looking at a slightly different proposition for the Anfield fixture, because that away goal would have been absolutely vital. But instead, Barcelona could have made it more at the very end there. Dembele with his left leg, you'd be expecting him to make it 4, but Messi should have taken a shot, shouldn't he? He should have been greedy and got that hat-trick. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that now means Messi has scored against the top 6 clubs in England. So, those people who doubted that he could ever play like he does in Spain in the Premier League against the best English teams, well, there's your answer. He's done it. He has scored against the very best from England many times now, and as if people actually doubted the fact that he could conquer England, no doubt in my mind that he could walk into this Man City team and destroy teams. I mean, imagine, let's say you swap Aguero with Messi. You're going to be seeing Messi as the Golden Boot winner every season, realistically, aren't you? But I'm getting off topic a little bit here. Let's talk about the game itself and the goals, because Suarez, against his old club, I'm surprised we saw such a celebration. I'm not going to lie, as an Arsenal fan and having Arsenal players in the past go to another team, score against us and somewhat not celebrate. But then again, I've seen the odd celebration as well, so I get how it feels. It's infuriating, and I didn't like that. I think Suarez is already a very, very hot and cold player in terms of his reputation with football fans. You either love him or you absolutely loathe him, and tonight that's not done him any favours. It wouldn't have been hard for him just to smile and just wave at the Barcelona fans and just say, yeah, well done, and then it's over. There's no need for the celebration. I just don't think it was needed, but it's a big night for him, and I do get why he has celebrated. I think it's bad taste. It's not something that I think, if I was a pro footballer, I don't think I would do that against my old club that literally gave me everything. Luis Suarez was incredible at Liverpool. Arguably their best striker of all time, right? It certainly is close. Talking, Ian Rush, Michael Owen in the past, but for me, Suarez is right up there. Do you think if Coutinho scored today, he would have celebrated like Suarez did? I don't think so. Suarez is just that kind of player, man. He's arrogant, he's egotistical, and makes a lot of bad decisions, but wasn't exactly a fantastic goal in terms of the finish. It was, I would say, a typical Suarez goal. He's a poacher. And of course, he does score some fantastic goals outside the box and things like that. But really, that goal was all about the delivery. It was incredible from Jordi Alba. The guy whips in an inch perfect pass. Van Dijk caught sleeping. Matip no chance, and boom, 1-0 down. And Liverpool really were dominating the game at that point. They were playing like the Barcelona we expected. So hats off to them. Brilliant. Well done to Liverpool that they were able to go to Nou Camp and pretty much dominate midfield, which isn't something you see very often, but certainly after they conceded until the rest of the game and a certain player started showing up and showing his magic, it was all Barcelona then. It really was. Busquets, just a magician. Vidal, absolute midfield masterclass. Absolutely, perfect. He was incredible. And then Rakitic as well. The guy, Mourinho said it himself, he is quite literally the most underrated player in the world because Rakitic does everything Modric does. He does everything that Pogba does, but he doesn't get near enough praise. Maybe he does in Spain, but certainly over here in England, you don't hear much about Rakitic, and he does everything for the team. He's absolutely incredible. Sergio Roberto at right back I thought was incredible. He moved into midfield later on in the game when Semedo came on. PK, top of his game tonight. Longley, for me, one of the best centre-backs in the world right now. The guy is just a baller. Absolutely love Longley. And Alba at left-back, of course. I don't really think there's that many better at whipping the ball in or just attacking down that left side. Arguably, Robertson on the other side is the next best, I would say. Marcelo at Madrid, who's had a bad season. But really, it's about the front three. Coutinho had a bit of a quiet game, but Suarez and Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi was the game changer tonight. His first goal, you could argue, was a bit lucky. It was good work by Suarez off the bar, and then Messi's there to score. But he's in the right place at the right time. That killer instinct, him and Messi, Suarez and Messi are just brilliant at that. They know where to be. They're very intelligent players. But the free kick, let's just relax a bit here because it's very easy to just go insane over a free kick like this. But the funny thing is, it doesn't even really get into his top 50 goals, does it? It's a joke how many good goals this guy scores. But Lionel Messi with... it's... If you had to rate a free kick out of 100, 100 being it's quite literally perfect. This is a 95. It's almost in the very top corner. It's a couple of centimetres inside the post, very almost hitting the bar. Keeper obviously has no chance, but the power, the precision, the balls of him to go like that in the top corner. Oh, it's just... I'm just so happy that I'm alive at the same time to witness this. He goes down as the best of all time for me. He just does. Yes, I wasn't alive to watch Pele play week in, week out. Maradona. I missed out on those guys. But I've gone through Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Zidane, Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, and Lionel Messi. There's no other player, certainly in my lifetime, after watching football for about 20 years now, there isn't another player that makes my jaw do this so often. I'm blown away, absolutely blown away. So Barcelona go to Anfield in the next fixture with a 3-0 advantage, and it's an absolute mountain to climb for Liverpool. It's not looking great, but I do think it's a little bit unfair on Liverpool to come away without a goal tonight, and I'm sure they'll be kicking themselves. But let's talk about the Tottenham-Ajax game, which certainly wasn't as hype or as crazy, but the unexpected happened again. I guess we should just start expecting it. Ajax are going to win the Champions League, aren't they? They beat Tottenham 1-0 at Tottenham's new stadium, which they've now lost 2 games, I believe, in a row, actually. Ajax were incredible once again. They are the giant killers this season. Feels kind of disgusting calling Tottenham giants, but this season in the Champions League, Tottenham have been right up there, knocking out Man City, for example, and some other great teams. But Tottenham just didn't have that potency up front. Obviously, missing Kane is a big issue. They're missing Dele Alli. I know the guy plays, but he doesn't really play, does he? Dele Alli hasn't been the same player this year. They're missing him massively. When he's on top of his form, he's a great player. Eriksen wasn't really at the races, and Ajax just was so quick, just so good on the ball. They've got some incredible players there. They really do. If they can hold that team together, I'll be massively surprised. They're already losing De Jong to Barcelona next season. I think De Ligt will go. Van der Beek will go, Neres will go. It's very, very difficult to hold that team together. Even players like Tagliafico, is it? It's a bit of a long word, that, but he looks incredible. And there's so many teams out there that will be ripping this Ajax team apart with their scouts this season. They will be watching every single game, and there's going to be a lot of bids, a lot of money thrown around this summer to bring some of those stars to their respective clubs. And I just don't know how Ajax hold on to them. I mean, how? They can't offer them crazy wages like other teams can. They can't offer them really competitive league matches. I mean, I know the Dutch league is incredible. It's very, very high quality. There's a lot of great rivalries, but it's just not on the same level as the Premier League, La Liga, the Bundesliga, these kind of leagues that are just, top 5 leagues in the world. The Dutch league just doesn't quite get there for me, but I do get it. I get it. A lot of Dutch fans, a lot of Dutch people will say that their league is extremely good and they should stay. But come on, if you've got Barcelona, Bayern, Man City, Real Madrid, PSG come calling for you, you're playing for Ajax, which is great, but it's a stepping stone. It really is. Ajax is a club where you flourish and then you move on to the next big thing, which is the very top. And some of these players will walk into some of the best teams in the world. I mean, if you get De Ligt, you're sorted. You really are. Your defence is sorted for 15 years. This kid is that good. He's better than most pros already. Just compare the guy to Mustafi, for example. I don't want to go on about Mustafi, but I will, because I hate the guy. He's crap. He's useless. But De Ligt, sign him, 100 million, whatever he's going to cost, 150 million. He'd probably go for 200 mil. Who knows? He's worth every penny. This guy's the real deal. Van der Beek, Ramsey replacement. Get him in. Neres, 10 million times better than Iwobi, okay? Yeah, talking about Arsenal, we don't need to go there, really. But what's the point I'm trying to make in this video, guys? The main point I want people to take away from this video, Lionel Messi's the GOAT. Sorry, CR7 fans. Sorry, don't mean to offend you, but your idol is a fantastic player, but he ain't Lionel Messi. Messi is the greatest player of all time. No one can tell me any different. Tonight is just yet another example on why he is the most technically gifted and naturally gifted player in the world. Ronaldo, for me, goes down as the best athlete in football. There's no doubt and no questions asked that he is one of the hardest working. I know he trains so hard and he's built his career himself. Lionel Messi was just born with it. And that is how I'm going to end this video. Congrats to Barcelona and congrats to Ajax. I hope both of those teams do well in their second leg because they both deserve to go through to the final. And I cannot wait for that. It will be amazing. So thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next review soon.